Okay. We have this escrow account with things that are already there for us. What I would like to do is play a little game with myself. I would like to achieve vibrational holding pattern to attract $128,000 in 21 days, starting today. Would you guide me to releasing any of the resistance that I have remaining? I believe it can be done.
We will, and we know it can too, but we want to point out some things. You see, you are where you are relative to your vibration around money. You are where you are. And where you are has got to be all right. You are where you are because of the way you were raised, because of the way your mama felt about money, because of the way people in the neighborhood felt about money. You are where you are because of the television programs you watch, because of the friends you hang around with. In other words, you are where you are, and you didn't just get here today. You've been on the way to coming here. And so you are where you are for a variety of factors. And so you are where you are. Did we mention that you are where you are? You are where you are. So now fanning the flames of where you want to be doesn't change where you are. It just sets up a more awkward distance between where you are and where you want to be. That's the problem with setting a goal that you don't expect. In other words, when you say, I want more money to flow and I believe that it will, and eventually I'd like to have 10 times as much money as I have now, there's very little resistance in that statement. But when you say, I want $128,000 and I want it to come to me in 28 days, you are just asking for resistance, because everything that you've ever learned about money and how fast it comes to you comes up and says, oh yeah, you're going to do that? You know anybody that's done that? Have you ever done that? See? It's just like setting yourself up for a challenge that eventually you can talk down. It's like digging a hole and trying to climb out of it instead of just starting on even ground where you are. You see? So we would not guide you toward fast creation of dollars. We would guide you toward steady, constant improvement in your financial picture. And we would start by blessing where you are relative to money.
I've been doing that. And it's happening, and I'm happy where I am, but I just I like giving myself challenges like that sometimes.
Well, challenges can be good, and you have to decide, and you're the only one who can decide whether the challenge calls you or prods you. If it calls you, it's beneficial, and you can shorten the gap quickly. If it's prodding you, it's like nailing your feet to the floor right where you are. And so, what is it you want? $128,000 in what period of time?
21 days.
And why?
When I'm aligned, I always see 128 or some variation of it. My birthday is 128, and I've been seeing that a lot, and I just picked that number arbitrarily. But just...
Are you testing your ability or testing the universe's ability? In other words, is this sort of a put your money where your mouth is sort of thing?
No.
So what are you going to do with the money?
I'm going to spend it.
On what? On what?
Camera equipment.
Camera equipment?
Okay. I just got back yesterday from Chicago from a photography workshop, and we got to use all this high-end equipment, and it was so exciting to do the possibilities.
The tools. When I have the right tools, the ability to show my creative talent is so much more. And to deal with those powerful tools and to rub elbows with people who are accustomed to those powerful tools, I could feel my creativity just moving in leaps and bounds into new realms where they had not ever been before. I love this highly technologically evolved world that I live in, and I love the idea of all of these contraptions that are making their way to me. And it is not important to me how they get into my life. It was wonderful being in a workshop where I had access to them, and I loved having my appetite whetted. And now that I know that they exist, I have filled my vibrational future full of tools like that I can feel making their way to me one way or another. And it won't matter to me if I buy them or if I rent them or if I inherit them or if someone lets me use them or if I attend a workshop. It doesn't really matter. I can feel these tools on their way to me because now that I know they exist, They cannot not come to me, because nothing less than those will ever be tolerable by me. You cannot go back. Now I know that that exists. I must have that. Universe, bring me that in the fastest possible way that you can bring it. And I'm going to do my best to stay up to speed with it by remembering how much I liked it and how good I was at it and how much I learned with it and the effect that I got from using it. And by studying how other people are getting, I'm going to get online and see where these are. I'm going to see if I can find work that other people are doing those tools. I'm in a whole new realm. I feel like a whole new person. I'm not even the same person that was asking for whatever I was asking for yesterday. Whatever I was asking for yesterday is irrelevant to what I'm asking for today, because what I'm asking for today is ringing my bells in ways that I don't ever remember my bells being rung. Universe, bring to me this stuff in the fastest possible way. And it doesn't really matter to me how long it comes, because I'm feeling so good right now. It's hard to imagine that I could feel any better if I actually had the tools in my hand. Feeling this good. Oh, I'm in such a powerful place of expectation. I know that anything that I ever want will come to me in just this way. Just get your juices flowing, that's all. You cannot be excited about something and be in the state of resistance at the same time. It's a different vibration. And so we're not talking to you about moving yourself up from despair. You're nowhere near despair. You are in a place of impatience. You have been dreaming and launching and wanting. You're on the brink of all kinds of wonderful manifestations. Just get your juices flowing. And if you get your juices flowing faster than you're up to speed with, you'll feel it and you can slow it down. In other words, we really revved things up. And did you notice that we didn't rev them up right away? We revved them up after talking to a friend earlier. In other words, all of you are in much stronger place of vibrational expectation of dollars flowing into your experience now than you were at the beginning. You would not have been able to stand that. If we had come on that strong in the first minute of this workshop, some of you would have left the room. You could not have stood the energy that is flowing around the subject of money. Your vibrational escrow account has incrementally grown by 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 times just in that rampage that we just did. You are not in the same vibrational place relative to money that you were when you walked in this room today. You are in a different vibrational place, you see. But the question is not what we have brought you to in terms of your desire. The question is, where are you usually in terms of this vibration? In other words, now it's up to you to keep practicing these thoughts until these feel like normal thoughts to you. You just got to feel like this. What we are getting at is you reach the place where your expectation of well-being is such that you begin to get the sense that for you it's just a matter of pointing at something that you want, because it's not a question of whether it will come. It's a question of just choosing among all of the possible things that you could point at what you want to bring into your life now. Money becomes irrelevant. It's how much room you have in your life, how much time you have to enjoy it, how much value it brings to you as you play with it. In other words, it's not about whether you can afford it or not, because what comes to you is not about money. It's about vibrational alignment, you see. So yes, we can talk you into a place where you allow more money into your experience. But what we really want you to do is take money out of the equation. We want you to vibrate your way to such a fever pitch of expectation that all wonderful things flow to you as you deserve.
Okay.
I have something I have to ask you as well. Regardless of our thoughts and feelings, I know how important that is. Are there any actions that, if we take regularly, that are harmful to our health? For example, trans fats, sugar, microwaving food. Someone told me you once said something about carbonated beverages. I don't know if that's true.
Thought vibration is everything, and action is insignificant in comparison. But you cannot separate your action from your thought vibration about your action. In other words, if you believe that the action that you're offering is a good action, then your vibration is more in alignment than if you believe that your action is a bad action. You could take 2 people, subject them to identical diets, with one believing that it is inappropriate and one believing that it is appropriate, and they would get 2 different results from the same exact diet. Because it's not about what they're eating, it's about how they feel about what they're eating. We're surprised any of you can find anything to eat. Because somebody that you trust has told you something is wrong with everything. It's got food dye in it. It's got the wrong sort of chemicals in it. It's got preservatives in it. It's got fat in it. It's got carbohydrate in it. It's got poison in it. And so when you sit down, most of you are terrorized. Your food terrorizes you. We see you in your restaurants. Instead of feeling easy and luxuriating and in love, you're looking at the menu in guilt and disgust. You find yourself feeling guilty before you even get it on your fork, and apologizing and pretending that you're only going to eat a little when you really plan to eat it all. In other words, there may be no subject that is more upside down and all around than your relationship with food. And we want you to make peace with the food that you are eating. And if you will make peace with the food you are eating, the food you are eating will serve you well. But as long as you've demonized what you're eating, the worst thing in the world anybody can do is believe something is wrong or bad for them and do it anyway. That's where religion comes in. They say, you are evil if you do that, and then your natural instincts cause you to do it anyway. And then you feel evil forevermore, you see.
So as long as we're feeling good, we can eat anything.
We'll put it this way. Practice feeling good. Eat as you are. In other words, let your action be as it is, and do your best to make peace with what you're doing. And then, as you make peace with what you're doing, you will gradually begin to gravitate toward the best foods that match your expectation. If you're saying, could I drink Clorox bleach and thrive on it? We would say, probably not, because you know too much about Clorox bleach, you see. But don't try to be extreme about it. In other words, be easy about this. And when you get feeling good, you can thrive. Your emotions are your indication of your alignment with Source. Your body is a veritable chemical factory. And as you consume food, the chemical factory does different chemical experiments, so to speak, in order to extract from the food that you're eating. The food combining and the extraction of the elements of the food is something that your body knows very well how to do. So a baby who has not been programmed with all of this information and has not been exposed to his worrisome mother long enough that he is being affected by it can eat things that his chemical factory can utilize effectively. That's why most children, even those brought up on what you would consider to be very inappropriate diets, are not doing so differently than those who were brought up on what their mothers consider to be the very best diets. Because especially in the early years, those chemical factories are doing such a good job of extracting what they need. You could get a food craving for a Twinkie and not know about all of the reasons that you shouldn't be eating Twinkies, and your chemical factory would extract the component that it was looking for that was in the Twinkie, which is the reason you got the impulse to eat the Twinkie to begin with. But if while you're eating the Twinkie, you're feeling negative emotion for eating the Twinkie, then you override any benefit that the chemical factory could give.
Thank you.
We have enjoyed this interaction immensely. This has truly been co-creating at its best. Be easy about all of this. We make too much of all of this. Get out there and find something to be happy about and be happy about it. And then look for something else to be happy about and be happy about that. And don't try to fix the world. It isn't broken. And don't try to reform your own self. There's nothing that needs to be reformed. And make peace with where you are. And try to make the best of things. And look for things to be happy about. And make lists of positive aspects. And get on rampages of appreciation. And look for the best feeling thought that you can find from wherever you are. But most of all, just take it easy. Just relax a little bit and look for the blessings that surround you and make lists of the things that you are appreciating and get yourself tuned back up to the vibration of well-being that is so natural to you. Oh, we want so much for you to get a sense of what we see lined up outside your door. The aerial view of the vibrational escrow that is being held for you is amazing. And as you just relax a little bit, it begins to flow in. You'll never get it done, and you cannot get it wrong. And there is nothing that you are supposed to do, only that which you want to do. Be selfishly interested in the way you feel. And let everybody else take care of the way they feel. And it is our promise to you that you will fulfill your reason for being, that you will contribute to this time-space reality in the most emphatic way imaginable, that you will fulfill your every dream as they continue to unfold, and most of all, you will live the life of joy that is your legacy. There is great love here for you. We are.